on the top things to do in Hoi An, a question many travelers ask before arriving in one of Vietnam's most enchanting towns. But here's the secret. Hoi An is not just a place you visit, it's a place you feel. Along the coast of central Vietnam lies Hoi An, where time seems to slow down. At sunrise, golden light touches rows of old yellow houses. By night, thousands of lanterns glow above quiet streets, turning the town into a living painting. Centuries ago, Hoi An was a vibrant trading port where merchants from Japan, China, and Europe arrived along the Thu Bon River. Their cultures blended here, creating the unique charm that still defines Hoi An ancient town today. In this journey with Cineworld Travel, we'll explore the top things to do in Hoi An, from historic landmarks and lantern-lit nights to the simple local experiences that reveal the true soul of this timeless town. To truly understand Hoi An, you have to begin the simplest way possible, by walking its streets. But these are not ordinary streets. Every step here follows the footprints of merchants, sailors, and travelers who passed through this town centuries ago. Between the 15th and 19th centuries, Hoi An was one of the most important trading ports in Southeast Asia. Ships from Japan, China, and even Europe sailed along the Thu Bon River, bringing silk, ceramics, spices, and stories from distant lands. Along the riverbanks, traders built wooden houses, temples, and community halls, creating a town where cultures met and traditions blended. Today, that legacy still lives in Hoi An ancient town, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1999. The mustard yellow walls, wooden shophouses, and quiet courtyards look much the same as they did centuries ago. As you wander through narrow alleys lined with lanterns, you may hear the echo of history in the creaking wooden doors, the scent of incense drifting from old temples, and the gentle rhythm of life that has barely changed over generations. Walking through Hoi An is not simply sightseeing, it's stepping into a living story, where the past still breathes softly in every street corner. One of the most fascinating places among the top things to do in Hoi An is the beautiful Japanese covered bridge, a small bridge with a story that stretches across centuries. In the late 16th century, Hoi An was a thriving port where merchants from many countries lived side by side. The Japanese trading community built this wooden bridge not only to cross a small canal, but also to connect their neighborhood with the Chinese quarter across the water. In a town where cultures met and blended, the bridge became a quiet symbol of unity. Legend says the bridge was also built to calm a mythical sea monster whose body stretched from Japan to India. By placing the bridge on its back, locals believed they could prevent earthquakes and disasters. Whether myth or history, the story adds another layer of mystery to this charming structure. Today, the bridge remains one of the most treasured icons of Hoi An. With its curved roof, weathered wooden beams, and small temple inside dedicated to the Guardian of the North, it feels less like a bridge and more like a doorway into the past. Travelers pause here to admire its beauty, take photographs, and imagine the merchants who once crossed it hundreds of years ago. In many ways, the Japanese covered bridge is more than just a landmark. It is a symbol of the cultural harmony that shaped Hoi An's remarkable history. Among the most magical things to do in Hoi An is experiencing the Lantern Festival night, a tradition that transforms the ancient town into a glowing river of light. This beautiful ritual takes place every month during the full moon, when locals turn off electric lights and illuminate the streets with hundreds of colorful lanterns. The tradition reflects centuries of cultural influence from Chinese and Japanese merchants who once lived in this historic trading port. Lanterns were believed to bring luck, harmony, and prosperity, symbols that continue to shine through the town today. As night falls, the narrow streets of Hoi An ancient town glow softly beneath lantern light. Musicians play traditional melodies, families stroll along the riverbanks, and visitors release small floating lanterns onto the water as wishes drift gently down the river. In that quiet moment, as reflections shimmer across the Thu Bon River, the festival feels less like a tourist event and more like a living memory, a celebration of culture, tradition, and the timeless beauty of Hoi An. Few experiences capture the spirit of Hoi An, quite like a quiet boat ride along the Thu Bon River. For centuries, this river has been the lifeline of the town. Long before modern roads existed, trading ships from Japan, China, and Europe sailed along these waters, carrying silk, ceramics, spices, and goods that turned Hoi An into one of Southeast Asia's busiest ports. Imagine the scene hundreds of years ago. Wooden merchant ships anchored along the riverbanks, sailors unloading cargo, and traders negotiating in many different languages. The Thu Bon River was not just a waterway, it was the heart of a vibrant international marketplace. Today, the pace is much gentler. Small wooden boats glide quietly across the river, offering visitors a peaceful way to see the town from a new perspective. As the sun begins to set, golden light reflects on the water while lanterns slowly illuminate the riverside streets of Hoi An ancient town. When night arrives, the river becomes even more magical. Lanterns float softly on the surface, their reflections dancing with the ripples of the water. Sitting in a small boat, drifting past the glowing town, you can feel the timeless charm that has made Hoi An one of the most unforgettable destinations in Vietnam. In that quiet moment, the river is no longer just part of history. It becomes part of your own journey through Hoi An. Among the top things to do in Hoi An, exploring the lively night market is an experience you shouldn't miss. As the sun sets and lanterns begin to glow, a different energy fills the streets near the Thu Bon River. The quiet charm of the day transforms into a colorful evening celebration of light, culture, and creativity. Rows of stalls stretch beneath glowing lanterns, creating a warm, golden atmosphere that feels almost magical. Here, local artisans proudly display handmade treasures. Delicate lanterns, silk scarves, carved wooden crafts, and unique jewelry inspired by Vietnamese traditions. Every stall tells a story of craftsmanship passed down through generations. But the night market is more than just a place to shop. It's a place to experience the vibrant rhythm of local life. The air fills with the scent of street food, laughter drifts from small cafés, and travelers from around the world wander through the glowing alleys of Hoi An night market. Walking through the market, lanterns swaying gently overhead, you begin to understand why evenings in Hoi An feel so unforgettable. It's not just the colors or the souvenirs, it's the atmosphere, the people, and the simple joy of discovering a town that truly comes alive after dark. Join a Vietnamese cooking class is one of the most rewarding cultural experiences, because in Vietnam, food is not just something you eat. It's a story of tradition, family, and everyday life. Many cooking classes begin with a visit to a lively local market, where chefs introduce you to the vibrant ingredients that define Vietnamese cuisine. Fresh herbs, fragrant spices, tropical vegetables, and seafood brought in from nearby waters. Walking through the market, you begin to see how deeply food is woven into the rhythm of the town. Back in the kitchen, the experience becomes hands-on. Under the guidance of local chefs, travelers learn to prepare traditional dishes such as khao lao, a signature specialty of Hoi An known for its rich broth and chewy noodles, as well as fresh spring rolls packed with herbs and flavor. Each step reveals small culinary secrets passed down through generations. But what makes this experience truly special is what happens at the end. Everyone sits down together to enjoy the meal they've prepared. Conversations flow, stories are shared, and for a moment, visitors are no longer just travelers passing through Hoi An. They become part of the culture itself. It's this simple act of cooking and sharing food that turns a class into something much deeper, a memory that stays with you long after the journey ends. Among the top things to do in Hoi An, one of the most peaceful experiences is simply leaving the ancient streets behind and cycling into the countryside. Just a few minutes beyond Hoi An ancient town, the scenery changes completely. The busy lantern streets give way to open skies, quiet village roads, and endless green rice fields stretching toward the horizon. Pedaling slowly along narrow paths, you begin to see another side of Hoi An, one that moves at the gentle rhythm of rural life. Farmers work in the fields beneath wide straw hats. Water buffalo graze lazily beside small canals, and children often run to the roadside with friendly waves and curious smiles. Many cycling routes lead through traditional craft villages like Truc Quay Vegetable Village, where generations of farmers have grown herbs and vegetables using natural methods. The scent of fresh basil, mint, and lemongrass fills the air, reminding visitors how closely Vietnamese cuisine is connected to the land. Cycling here is not about rushing from one attraction to another. It's about slowing down, feeling the breeze over the rice fields, hearing birds over the canals, and experiencing the simple beauty of everyday life. And in those quiet countryside moments, you realize that the magic of Hoi An isn't only found in its historic streets, but also in the peaceful world that surrounds them. Among the top things to do in Hoi An, escaping to the coast is a perfect way to experience another side of the town. Just a few kilometers from the lantern streets of Hoi An ancient town lies the peaceful shoreline of An Bang Beach. Here, the rhythm of the city fades away. Golden sand stretches along the coast, gentle waves roll in from the East Sea, and the salty breeze carries the relaxing sound of the ocean. It's the kind of place where travelers come to slow down, to swim, sunbathe, or simply sit beneath a beach umbrella watching fishing boats drift along the horizon. In the late afternoon, the beach becomes even more inviting. Small seaside restaurants begin preparing the day's freshest catch. Grilled fish, prawns, and clams served with herbs and dipping sauces typical of Vietnamese coastal cuisine. Locals and visitors gather around simple tables by the water, sharing seafood as the sky slowly turns shades of orange and pink. Spending time at An Bang Beach is a reminder that the beauty of Hoi An goes far beyond its historic streets. From lantern-lit evenings to peaceful ocean sunsets, this town offers moments of calm that make every journey here feel unforgettable. Hoi An is not just a destination. It's a feeling that stays with you long after you leave. In Hoi An, history whispers through ancient houses, lanterns glow above quiet streets, and every corner reveals a new story waiting to be discovered. From peaceful countryside rides to vibrant night markets and golden beaches, the charm of this town unfolds in the most unexpected ways. With World travel, journeys like this are more than sightseeing. They are experiences that connect you with the culture, people, and stories behind every destination. If you enjoyed exploring the top things to do in Hoi An, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring travel stories from around the world. And we'd love to hear from you. Which experience in Hoi An would you try first? Tell us in the comments below. Your next adventure might just begin there.